Alright, hello everybody, this is Giving Anxiety, bringing you guys another AoE3 stream here, back in the GUA December 2019 subscriber tournament, and we're in round 32. We have Lecastete versus n0eL. Game 1's going to be played on Mendocino, and we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel for Lecastete. Let's see what civilization Lecastete gets here in game number 1. Lecastete getting the German civilization. Alright, and let's go ahead and spin the wheel for n0eL. Let's see what civilization n0eL gets here in game number 2. Or game number 1. n0eL getting the Japan civilization.
That's I think boss players are pretty comfortable with what they got. Like n0eL's one of n0eL's main civs is Japan, I think. And Gas is of course comfortable with Germany, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I was looking at Lecastete say how I typed his name. Yeah, so their EP pets did just come out basically this morning. There's been quite a few changes. I would say there's a lot of controversy if you talk to different players, but I would say for the most part it's good. However, there are some changes that are definitely a bit strange and probably not the best. But some of the changes affecting the Germans, as Lecastete is saying, Jaeger shipment did get nerfed a little bit. I believe what did it go from 13 Jaegers to 12 Jaegers? Or 12 to 11, something like that. They get one less Jaeger.
Yeah, they get one less Jaeger, and also the shipments are a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, right. I think the German shipments take a little bit longer. So definitely a little bit of a nerf to German. I would say nerfing the Jaeger shipment, I think that's a good nerf, to be honest. Like, that shipment was incredibly strong.
Yeah, I would have either nerfed that shipment or nerfed Jaegers. Like, you could also give them a 30% range resist, but one less Jaeger is okay. But I'm really not a fan of the XP thing, because it basically doesn't matter too much when you have a trading post, I think, like the small XP difference. But on a no-TP map where Germany is already not very good, like, it's going to be even harder to get shipments on no-TP now with Germany, so I really don't understand that change. But I like the Jaeger stuff, yeah.
Yeah, making the shipments a little bit more costly. Yeah, a little bit controversial there.
Yeah.
Alright, so there we go. We are getting into game number 1 here. But yeah, like you were saying, I think both of these players are pretty happy with Civ Spin. I think they both basically got like their main civilizations. So I think they'll be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this matchup goes now. I think it should be honestly Japan favored, just because if you cannot see the shipments anymore, it's a huge buff to Japan. But we'll see. Like, this matchup used to be, people used to say it was like unwinnable for Japan, and then more recently people started to see that Japan could actually win it. And now I don't know if Germany wins at all. Like, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, my German's not the best. I mean, I can be pretty damn good with German in certain matchups, but for whatever reason, this was one matchup I just had no idea how to play as German, and I actually was horrible in versus. I was good versus nearly every civ, but versus Jap, I just couldn't beat Japs with German. But I mean, that might have just came down to my game knowledge, not knowing what to do versus them.
Yeah, it's a matchup where you have to play kind of accurately as Germany. But also, it's also hard to play from the Japanese side. It's just a hard matchup on both sides, I feel like. But yeah, so that's a wood start. So Germany's gonna have that sweet TP, and Japan is not going for the Portuguese consulate. Oh yeah, he is now. Actually, he will drop it now. Or is that gonna be a TP maybe? He's got 200 wood and not spending it.
Yep, there goes now dropping the consulate.
Yeah, he's not in a hurry. What he did was to build the shrine first, which is okay, because even though you don't get the wood discount on the shrine from the consulate, you get it earlier, so it gathers more resources. So it's kind of equivalent. And then after that, he drops the consulate. So he's not in a hurry for that consulate. Like, he just needs to have it up when he's gonna age, so that the age up is cheaper. But that's it, basically. So pretty standard Japan opening here. And pretty standard German opening as well.
Yep. So one thing to note Noah saying forgot the treasure change. In the latest patch, they nerfed treasure gardens. So it's like this Tomahawk, he does less damage in age 1, but then I think once you get to age 2, then he goes to his normal stats, which I think overall majority of people would say is a good change. It just, it makes it so that you can't really do native laming, as people would call it. Like harassing villagers in age 1, which was really annoying. So.
Yeah, and also now you see he's picking up a pet bear, which used to be 3 bears, 3 guardians, and now it's only 2, because that kind of treasure you would just ignore, right? I mean, usually you wouldn't pick up a pet bear, and now you can, because it's only 2 bears guarding it. So that's also something. What else do we have on the map that could be different? Oh, that dude is actually pretty good now, I think. Only 2 Cougars.
Yeah, that's true.
4 Cougars and you would just not pick it up, right? But I just played a game where I picked that dude up in age 1, healed my Explorer, and then in age 3 I had Queers, and I just healed like 3 Queers back to full HP. It was pretty good, actually. It's interesting.
Yeah, definitely could be quite good there. A little bit of engagement here. Got a couple dogs for Lecastete. So I'm going to be curious how Lecastate's going to play this. Because like I said, I kind of struggle with this matchup as a German player, even though I'm not the most experienced German player. But we'll have to see what his plan is here. Because I feel like if Germans try to go to like age 3 too quickly, I feel like Japan can actually punish it like quite good.
Well, it kind of depends on what Japan's doing. Japan is sending the Kami, so that should pretty much mean a free age up for Germany. However, again, you cannot. Let's have a look at n0eL's deck. Like, you can't know if he ships 300 wood or Kami. Well, to be fair, you could not know already before they changed it. But yeah, you have to click on a shrine now if you want to know what Japan is doing. If you click on a shrine now, you see it's gathering 0.43 wood, which is like Kami. If it's less, then it's not Kami. So you have to check that. It's a bit hard to scout, but if you check it, then you know that Japan is going greedy and not going aggressive. Because 300 wood could be aggressive, but Kami has to be sort of greedy.
Yeah, that's a good thing to note. Yeah, like you said. So in the past, when you used to check Japan decks, they could send all these unit shipments twice, so it would have like a 2 times in the corner. And if you checked your opponent's deck if they sent it once, it would go to 1 times 1. So you would be able to scout when a shipment was sent. And in this patch, they removed that, so now it's impossible to see if they send a unit shipment, which I think overall that is a good change. Some people say it could be a big buff to Japan because you just can't scout what they're doing, but I mean, it makes sense that is kind of changed. It was kind of weird that you could like see what your opponent is shipping before like it arrives.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think it's extremely risky, but I agree that it doesn't make much sense that you can see opponent shipments. It's just, we have to be very careful because that totally changes the way you play against Japan now. So like, it's a huge buff. That's all I'm trying to say. So we have to see how it goes. It could be just what Japan needs. It could be too much, so we'll have to see. But it's extremely huge. Like, it's just insane for Japan not to be like automatically scouted now.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that probably doesn't affect like low, even like mid-tier players. I mean, that's really something only like highest level players kind of do. And I don't know. But obviously, that's where like tournaments come into effect, the high level players.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's probably something that lower PR people tend to forget. But anyway, let's see what Cassidy is doing now. I think it's a naked FF with 700 gold second card, or it might be 700 wood actually. He's gonna gather He's gonna gather. No, he stopped mining gold. Okay, so that's gonna be 700 gold now. You can tell it's an FF because he's got 200 wood in the bank and he's not spending it. Like if he would play H2, he would definitely drop a building. So it's just gonna age now, which is a pretty good way to counter Kami Japan, because you're gonna Germany's gonna be up before Japan can do anything pretty much, and then very quickly gonna push in early fortress, and it's gonna be real hard for Japan to hold it.
Yeah, Japan is focusing on their shrines a bit here, shipping 600 wood. A couple Ashes are out though. Actually, I think getting some pretty good hits on the Ulans here. Ooh, the one Explorer does go down. Actually, prevents these him from building those shrines. It's a little unfortunate.
So like, Lecastete traded 2 Ulans for 1 Ashy and the Explorer. I don't know about that trade. It's probably a little bit better for Japan, but you know, not terrible for Germany.
Yep, and we do have barracks going up for Lecastete. He is about to hit H3 here, and he does have a shipment ready, so we'll have to see what he sends. He might send 1,000 wood if he's feeling safe to help him, get his infrastructure up. I would expect that. It looks like, well, he does have some villagers on wood actually, and just to get this house down, and then potentially 1,000 wood.
He just overpopped right now, so I think he sent something. I don't know what. Might be the war wagons, or because obviously he's got a barracks, so I don't think he's gonna ship 8 skirms, because you never know if there's gonna be some naggies on the field. So he needs to produce skirms and send something else. And it's probably just gonna be the war wagon shipment. Because if you look in the Japanese base, it looks like Japan is gonna play H2. He's got 2 barracks and a stable. So Germany's gonna have to be really careful when pushing out, because there could be some big batches of mosque hosts popping pretty much. But that dog right here is actually spotting the stable, which is big information for Lecastete.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see. Still waiting on that shipment to arrive. There it is, 1,000 wood for Lecastete's.
Okay, that's strange.
Yeah.
It was actually overpopped by a lot, but I guess it was just the 3 Ulans.
Yeah, I think he wants to get his stable up, upgrade Ulans, get some more houses down. And I don't know, it would be tough to push with just the war wagon shipment and not really any other supporting army to really push and do much, and then have together a ton of wood.
He actually cancelled. Okay, yeah, he had more pop than that, and he cancelled. I think when he saw the stable, he was like, okay, I'm not gonna push just yet. This could be risky. I'm just gonna go 1k wood and wait a bit more until I have some more wagons. When he spotted that stable, so that's interesting. But yeah, so that stable is gonna go up indeed. He's gonna get some houses up, probably veteran Ulans.
Yeah, and Lecastete taking a second trading post now, so it's gonna be pretty nice for the German there.
Yeah, and making 5 pikes as well. That's not bad. I mean, he's gonna be able to siege the shrines down with the pikes. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's something you don't usually see from Germans. Once they're H3, they usually never make pikes, but yeah, perhaps they are a good addition here, just to use them to siege down the shrines. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, especially when he shipped the wood anyway, so
yeah,
got some wood to spare. However, that second TP, I'm not sure I like it, because he kind of needs the wood for houses right now. So I don't know that I really like that second TP, but we'll see about that.
Wow, look at this Naggy count. n0eL hiding the Naggies right, along the edge, and that's quite a bit of Naggies.
Yeah, that's 10 Naggies right there. But again, because Lecastete spotted the stable, he knows about the Naggies anyway, and he's got a solid mass of war wagons plus some Ulans, so I think he will be okay there.
Yeah, there's a good amount of war wagons there. Ulans crossing the map.
It looks like Lecastete is just content to contain well here and not actually really push anymore. Than that, we see the Naggies moving on the left. Not sure what he's really doing with them, but not. Oh, okay. Now the Ash is coming in, sniping an Ulan. and the nag is going forward as well, and a batch of clubs, a batch of ashes. So it looks like this is a timing for n0eL where he maybe wants to just push. He's got a batch of naggies popping as well now. Maybe could ship the daimyo. Could be a pretty good addition to his army.
Yeah, with that said, the score gap is quite large here. Lecastete actually has the superior military count, and he's H3. But yeah, I mean, his Jap army does look scary. You got a lot of naggies, some clubs, a good amount of ashes there. 2 cherry orchards. It's a little painful for the Japs.
He didn't. Yeah, but why? I mean, he's got what the hell?
Oof.
He's got 4k food left.
Yeah.
So why does he? That's so sad. Like, he's probably gonna fight now. If you look at how he's positioned, it looks like he wants to just flank. So imagine the daimyo or anything really instead of the orchards now would be so much better for a fight. Like, I don't know. Like, he's got food for so long still. I don't know why he shipped them now.
Yeah, like definitely a mistake there. I mean, if n0eL sees these villagers hunting from pretty far out, that could be a really nice raid. But he might not be active on the map looking right now.
These spikes here spotting the whole army, pretty good for Casted. Pretty fortunate.
Oh, and a lot of cav getting caught out there.
Yeah.
Just losing one.
Also, n0eL skipped the 4 vills altogether, which is why maybe his score is a little bit underwhelming. I mean, he's barely ahead in eco compared to Germany, which is not really what you want. If you're gonna go Kami, you kind of want to boom more than that. So he might have wanted to ship 4 vills at some point. Also doesn't really have the best, well, he's got decent market upgrades, but not the Imperial Bureaucracy, which is the biggest market upgrade.
Yeah, and it feels like n0eL missed his timing window here. I mean, like, this German army is just getting so big and beefy. Cavalry combat coming in. And I mean, n0eL's just stuck in H2. He's not going to be H3 at all, like basically this entire game, really. And he's just massing up in H2, but he's allowing Germans to, ship these really strong H3 shipments. So it's kind of tough with Japan sticking around here in H2 and not pushing, committing for a fight.
Yeah, it's like you gotta either boom more with like 4 vills and stuff, or you gotta take a fight a little bit faster than that. But you can't just have like mediocre eco like that and just be waiting against H3 opponent. Like, regardless of the civ, really, if Casted was France, it would be exactly the same right now. Japan would just be losing. So he's still got a shot at just taking a good fight with like a big ball of naggies and clubs and the ashes behind. You never know if Casted is gonna like fuck up his war wagon micro, which can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah,
it's just really good for Germany.
Yeah, I've seen Lecastete fail with the war wagon control before, getting caught in the trees. I actually saw this exact matchup before when I think it was in the last sub tournament. Lecastete, he was playing versus I don't know what match it was. He was playing versus somebody. But anyways, engagement about to start here. Looks like Lecastete's getting a lot of shots in. Skirmishers.
Yeah, indeed. And also, Casted always has his spikes active on the map. He's burning shrine on the right side of the map, which is nice. So n0eL is actually constantly almost housed.
And he just keeps losing units, like here and there. So
yeah, I feel like Casted could get an arsenal now. He's anyway gonna get close to 200 pops, so you don't really want to make like too many units now, because then you're gonna be at the 200 limit. But dropping an arsenal and getting counter infantry rifling and range cavalry stuff is pretty good.
yeah, I think this is go time for n0eL. Like, war wagon pathing around trees can be really bad, and if you can snare war wagons, they actually become kind of useless. But
yeah,
I don't know. He's gonna have to take a attack with really good positioning here. And here we go. n0eL's now moving in with a huge group of naggies. He's gonna try to do exactly that. We'll have to see how this fight goes. Naggi's trying.
That choke is kind of bad also for n0eL, just because like all his cav is having passing issues right now with the hunt and the trading posts in the trees. But yeah, finally his cav gonna get on top. But good positioning from Casted, just blocking them with the Uhlans. Well, Uhlans are just gonna die, but they do buy some time for the rest of his army to hit and run. And most of the naggies are just going down really quickly, actually. So now it's gonna be down to how well Lecastete can micro that. The clubs kind of need to connect with the wall wagons.
Yeah, slow clubs are trying to get in there. Nagy's trying to connect with the snare here. Ashley's going through the houses here. And getting some good hits in here. It's really hard to say how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Clubs are just not getting... Clubs are finally going to connect with some units.
Germany's got it, I think, but he's going to lose all his wall wagons, basically. But that's okay, I guess.
n0eL actually aging up right now.
Oh, imagine if you would have like 10 more Nagys now instead.
Yeah, kind of a weird time to age, definitely. But, I mean, he's chasing these units down. Some reinforcing war wagons are coming in, however. Villagers can tank here. And still quite a few skirms here. And the club's kind of just walking around throughout a lot of this. And yeah, now we're seeing the Japan military shrink here.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be up. He's gonna have 2 shipments, which is nice, but you know, well, it's just maybe so far behind in the military now, and he's probably just gonna get right-clicked. And Germany sees that Japan is up. Like raiders coming in as well, which I find kind of questionable because Lecastete got CAF combat, so he could just make more war wagons anyway and just ship the Jaegers. Because like 12 Jaegers is still a good card, of course. So
yeah, n0eL picking some strange timings this game, really. Like you said, aging like as the fight was going on. If he just invested those resources into more units and had like really big reinforcing batches, yeah, definitely that could have went another way. But yeah, he's gonna hit H3, have 2 shipments stacked, but it feels like he's already out of this game, and so he's like wasting 2 shipments and the resources for aging.
Right. Then again, if he can take one good fight now, if he can just buy enough time to ship his 2 shipments plus a 3rd shipment, because he's gonna have a 3rd shipment right after. If he can spend like these 3 shipments back to back, get his veterancy upgrades, and mass enough stuff, he could definitely clean this up and then be back in the game. But I just feel like Germany is gonna have enough of a window now until like before Japan can do that. So now Lecastete really needs to pressure. He shouldn't just be like burning down the shrine and stuff, but actually following the bag raiders with Jaegers. I don't know where he found all that gold, but all right then.
Yep, we got the new Jaeger shipments.
Yeah. Terrible shipment. Only 12 of them now. I'm never gonna send that card anymore.
I don't believe that. Lots of units here.
Not quite enough, but if he can ship 9 more Yumis now, he might be able to hold that. Nagy's though, a bit awkward, getting shot. Also, imagine if he would have the Daimyo all this time instead of Ashigaru attack. Like the Daimyo would affect the Yumis and affect every other units instead of like Ashi attack when you have no Ashis. It's a bit awkward.
Yeah, Lecastete looking to be in control here, pushing n0eL. And doesn't look like a whole lot n0eL can do. Perhaps might see a shipment come out here, but a lot of Jaegers, a lot of skirmishers, and a lot to defend those Jaegers and skirms.
Yeah, it looks pretty much over at this point. Like n0eL really needed to somehow like just grow like his military count, but he's just lost all his Nagys already, and now this is not gonna go well for him. This is probably the last push by n0eL, and I think it's Mary.
Honestly, like before this fight, I feel like n0eL wasted a lot of Nagys. Like, yeah, I think he might have attack moved at this point, and then like it would maybe bug and didn't work, so they like literally just stood there. He lost so much Nagys. Like if he would have backed off and he didn't really need to fight, he could have perhaps waited for that next shipment, and he could have had a timing. But I feel like he wasted a lot of units there.
I agree. Yeah, he just needed to poke with Yumis, because Yumis, even if you have less of them, Yumis are always gonna trade decently. But going in with the Nagys was a big mistake. But either way, this is just game over now. He's gonna lose all his Yumis and a lot of bills, and that's the end of it.
Honestly, man, I feel like war wagons are so bad to train because it looked like Lecastete was like so ahead resource-wise and stuff and like military-wise, but like I feel like if n0eL didn't age, I think he would have won with like reinforcing Nagys and stuff. And I don't know, I feel like war wagons are so really bad versus Japan.
Yeah, but they're not good, but you kind of need them.
Right, like what else
Most
do you
of the
train?
time you can't wait for Black Raiders, and the War Wagons at least can outrange Ashes, so that's one good thing. But you really need to control them really well, and it's really hard to do. Like it takes a lot of micro to hit and run with War Wagons.
Yep. So, anyways, game 1 is going to Lecastete here.
Whoops. Yeah, indeed. So that's best of 5, right?
Yep. Alright, so game 2 is going to be played on Malaysia. We're going to hop into it here in just a minute. Alright, let's spin the wheel for Lecastete. See what civilization Lecastete gets here in game number 2. Lecastete getting the Aztec civilization. Alright, and let's go ahead and spin the wheel for n0eL. Let's see what civilization n0eL gets here in game number 2. Wow. And n0eL getting the Aztec civilization. This is so weird. Every time like Aztec comes up on the wheel, it's like it's a mirror. It's so weird. Lecastete asking for the respin. Okay, so Lecastete using his respin here. He gets 1 respin per series, so we're not going to see an Aztec mirror. Spinning the wheel once again for Lecastete. It's one and only respin. Lecastete getting the French civilization. And this is weird.
He's gonna be much more pleased with that one.
I swear, I think in the previous matches we had like Aztec mirrors, and then somebody chose to respin it, and then the respin got French. Like, I don't know. I feel like this happened already. I don't know.
I see. Oh yeah, so n0eL is Aztecs as well. Yeah, right. Okay, that's funny then. I don't know how much Aztecs n0eL can play. I feel like n0eL might have wanted to respin before. Yeah, but Castete was quick to respin. He respin before n0eL even had Aztecs, right?
Yeah.
That was smart because if n0eL could have respin, he would have been in a good spot against Castete's Aztecs.
Yeah, that is very true.
Basically non-existent. So yeah, like he doesn't even have an Aztec home city. So.
Oh. Alright, so we are going to see French versus Aztec here on Malaysia. Oh, and this is EP Aztecs, EP7 Aztecs. Oh, and it's EP7 French. So both these civilizations have seen some changes in the EP patch that just came out. For French, not many changes for French. They just changed the cost of villagers from 125 food to 120 food, which I believe they've been messing around with the cost of French villagers since the EPs came out, even back into the fan patch days, I think. And yeah, I think they're back now to the original cost of 120.
Yeah, like on RE.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a big like overrated change. Like it doesn't make a big difference. I don't feel like it when I play EP French with 125 food CDBs. I don't feel like it's any different from 120 food. It's a really small difference. So, you know, I think France is the one civ that basically didn't change this patch.
Yeah, just some really minor buff there.
Yeah.
But Aztec has seen quite a bit of changes here. Everybody felt as they were like underwhelming civilization. One change, they did change the coyote, H2 coyote shipment from 5 coyotes to 6 coyotes, which I think that is a really good change. Aztec's H2, not the best. They did, however, I think make a couple of really bad changes with Aztec. Like I said, for the most part, I think this new EP patch is good for the most part overall. There's a couple changes I really don't like though, but overall I think it's good. And some of the changes I don't like is I believe they buffed Skull Knights. They gave the Skull Knights like 10 or 20 more HP when Skull Knights are already a broken unit. So yeah, I definitely don't agree with that change. And then I think they reverted the Aztec cover mode ability, making the Aztec Explorer broken again.
Yeah, except it's not gonna be bugged. So when it dies, and it revives, it's not gonna be in cover mode anymore.
Okay.
Because that was the big thing, right? Like when you would die in cover mode and it would revive, then it would still have all the benefits of the cover mode without having the drawbacks. But now it's gonna be like a regular cover mode. Like if you go cover mode with your Aztec Explorer, it's gonna be twice lower. So it's not free.
Okay. So you think it's not that bad, or it's an okay change?
Yeah, I think because like if you want to lame the Explorer, like with the how it's called, that H3 card, I don't remember the name, that buffs your Explorer.
Yeah, Smoke and Mirror.
Smoking Mirror, yeah, right. If you want to lame that, the big thing is that the card makes your Explorer faster, right? That's one big thing about it. Like if you have a cover mode and it's super slow, then it's not as lame anymore. So I think it's okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good to hear. Lecastete just stealing 35 food treasure there. And we do have Lecastete building a trading post right off the bat in this game. And building actually a pretty far forward house against Aztec, who Aztec, they're pretty well known for their rushes. So I think this house might actually be like outside of TC range, which seems a little bit questionable. Seems like a Puma rush could potentially siege down this house.
I think it's in TC range.
Or yeah, just but barely, but still, like, can't really.
Exposed, yeah. It's definitely exposed. That's definitely not the greatest house placement.
Yeah.
We'll see if that hurts Casted. So let's check n0eL's deck maybe. It's bugging. All right, n0eL's deck. Oh, n0eL's got a sort of a water deck here. It's got schooners, water dance, and 2 war canoes shipments.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of sea on this map, so going sea is definitely viable. Yeah, there's a lot of fish, 2 ponds, and sometimes you even see players, like, they'll go on their back pond, and then they'll sneak a villager and build a dock on their opponent's pond and, like, fish in their opponent's sea and perhaps make, like, warships. And so that's a trick you'll sometimes see players doing.
Yeah. Casted just got 80 wood, which is pretty nice here. And he's aging with the standard 14 views. n0eL going with the standard 15 views. So now that's when we're gonna see if n0eL goes for the standard fast age into a rush, or if he's gonna maybe slow age and ship schooners next or something funky like that. But it does look like n0eL is going up with the fast age, so we're gonna see some standard stuff right there.
Yep, and we have 3 villagers crossing the map, so I agree with this. This is a map that rewards aggressive play. Resources hunts are pretty far out there, so it can be difficult to control the hunts, and like even the trading posts are really far out. So n0eL could potentially, put a forward war hut down, try to control the hunts, and perhaps siege down the trading post. So I think this is a good strategy from n0eL here.
Yeah, and the rush distance is also extremely short. Like this is probably the EP map with the smallest rush distance, except parallel rivers, which no one plays anyway. But like you can rush extremely easily on this map. It's even sometimes tricky to drop a war hut. You could see he was trying to drop his war hut here, but it's too close already to your opponent's TC, and there's a TP line behind, so he couldn't even drop a war hut middle map because it's too close to his opponent. So he had to go a little bit on the side there. And he's mining some gold. It's 3 vills only, so I don't know if he's going to open Pumas.
We have 700 wood coming in from n0eL here, so not being ultra aggressive. Wow, Lecastete has 2 shipments available. Like when he hits H2.
Did he go for an early TP? I don't remember.
Yeah, he did get that early trading post, but man, I don't know. I guess that feels good having 2 shipments right as you hit H2. He did get that trading post pretty early, but
and he got a 55 XP as well, so that's why. Yeah, that's kind of standard when you get an early TPS friends, so it feels pretty good for sure. So that means he's going to be able to probably follow up his 4 CDBs with 700 wood extremely quickly. Which is like really nice, because when you open stable, it's nice to have that cav early on, but sometimes you want to also have some infantry really quickly. But if you have to wait for your 700 wood, it can slow you down, but not with an early TP. However, we see that Lecastete forgot to get steel traps, which is kind of a big mistake at this point. Oh, now he's getting it, but a bit late. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it can be slightly dangerous getting steel traps versus like a heavy rush. Yeah, sometimes it can feel like you're investing too much resources into the boom. It's obviously nice if you can get steel traps and be safe, but you know, if you do have a lot of aggression pushing you and all of your villagers are just idled in your TC kind of, then it can really feel like a waste.
Yeah, but then if you don't want to get steel traps, you don't gather the wood, right? Like he was just floating 125 wood that he didn't need, so then you might as well just not chop that wood if you're not gonna get steel traps. So, but anyway, he did get it just a little bit later. So he got only 4 hustles out, maybe because of that. So a bit of a sloppy start here for Lecastete, but nothing too bad. Meanwhile, n0eL is not applying too much pressure or anything. He just went 700 wood 5 bills, which is pretty greedy. Sieging down the TP with a couple Pumas, might even follow up with 600 wood now and get a stage coach maybe.
Yeah, they're actually doing quite a bit of work here. I'm kind of surprised Lecastete hasn't sent his Huss here to like pick them off. This TP is already getting really low here. You could try to sneak in there real quick and kill the Pumas while they're like sieging the trading post.
Yeah, probably afraid to get caught by coyotes or something.
Yeah, right.
I accept it, and and just take the free age up, because he's probably gonna be able to just age meanwhile, because n0eL is playing quite slow.
Yeah, I'm training muskets though. I'm not sure if Lecastete, if that's in his game plan. I mean, he's quite far from the age up. He just got a batch of 5 muskets out, but he may try to get that timing window where when he feels safe enough, get that quick age up going.
Oh, he's actually training crossbows, yeah, so it looks like indeed he's not gonna age yet. Well, at least he's gonna be fine now because of the musketeers. But we'll have to see if that push can work. Because I think next he's gonna go for 8 crossbows. That would be the logical shipment to send if you're gonna go for some sort of timing push now. So he's gonna have like 13 crossbows, 5 musks or 10 musks, and some big hustle mass, and there you go, 8 bows coming in. So that's gonna be a strong timing, and he's actually got more than twice the military of Aztecs here.
Yeah, n0eL playing very greedy here. 700 wood, 5 bills, 3 warrior priests, and I think he housed himself quite badly here. He didn't have any villagers on wood, and he was housed. And it looks like right there, I think he just bought wood. So a bit of a mistake there, and yeah, he's just gonna end up losing this war hut, which hurts a little bit. If he could have had a little more time, if he didn't house himself,
Yeah.
perhaps he could have held that positioning.
Almost was looking like n0eL was trying to age, but I think that's just miss macro. But like if Lecastete can see that war hut going up now, I don't think he will. But that he's gonna spot it with the explorer now. So if Lecastete just goes in now, he could just deny the war hut, and it's pretty much GG, because then Aztec cannot make units.
Yeah, this is also going to be pretty good, though, for Lecastete. Perhaps he's just taking the safer bet. Sieging down 2 houses is going to hurt n0eL a lot. He's housed right now. He's at 50 out of 60. So there's 10 shipment coming in for n0eL. But forced to rebuild these houses is definitely hurting him a bit here.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna get the market down as well. n0eL is just not really able to spend his resources. He might even want to go for fertility dance soon, just to be able like to spend his resources to get the faster training. Because if he cannot spend this 1k food, yeah, well, it's GG.
Yeah, really missed macro there from n0eL. I think probably he looks like he's a bit frustrated, floating like 1200 food, and quite unfortunate. Yeah, it's tough playing a civ, you know, that you haven't played in a long time, but.
Yeah, not the smoothest Aztec gameplay there. Going a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking okay if he didn't house himself, and he could have been okay. He would have, you know, had a lot of resources to pop a lot more units out, and but yeah, it didn't work out.
He kind of need at least one unit shipment. And if you look at the military, wow, Casted just going from 17 to 40 pop of units in 20 seconds. So that was when he got like a batch of crossbows, a batch of hussars, and 8 crossbow shipment at the same time. So that was a pretty strong timing.
Yeah, it was good French time push there.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to be playing on Iowa, the new EP Iowa. So we'll have to see how this map looks. I believe it was changed quite significantly in this patch. I believe they removed the ponds.
They removed the what?
The ponds in Iowa. I don't think there's any. Yeah, from what I read, I don't believe there will be any water on Iowa.
Brady.
Yep. Alright, we're going to spin the wheel for Lecastete. And let's see what civilization Lecastete gets here in game number 3. Lecastete getting the Sioux civilization. And let's go ahead and spin the wheel for n0eL. Let's see what civilization n0eL gets here in game number 3. n0eL getting the German civilization.
I don't know if n0eL can play Germany. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there you go. He's respinning it.
Oh wow. Okay. n0eL taking the respin. Both players have used the respin. And respinning it for n0eL here. Let's see what civilization he gets. n0eL getting the German civilization.
Oh my god.
And that's the respin, so the rule is you play the civ, you get it respun. So that's quite hilarious.
Yeah, well, shit happens, I guess.
Yeah. It feels bad. Oh boy. Yeah, see, some people are wondering in the chat, like the respin getting the same civ, it doesn't count. It does count. I mean, if you just think about it, the rule is you can respin the wheel and you're allowed to get a random civilization. So, you know, the wheel it's a random civilization. So we respun it, he randomly got Germans, so that's a civ, you know. Doesn't really make
sense. I don't know why everyone's like getting crazy about it in the chat. Like it doesn't make, you guys don't make sense right now, because this is it's a tournament with random, like you get a random civ. Like spinning the wheel means you get a random civ. So if you respin, it means you get another shot at getting a civ randomly. Like it can be Germany again. That's unfortunate for you, but that's just how it is, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes sense. Like.
Yeah, right. Definitely just makes the most sense.
So they removed the ponds, huh? That totally changes the map.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
What the hell? That could improve the map a lot, because this was considered to not be a great map before because of the pathing issues and all that stuff, and a bit too easy to wall up maybe. But without the ponds, it could be more interesting maybe.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what this map looks like. It is a little sad we will no longer see monitors in the ponds, so sad moment for monitors. You're probably not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's also something, I guess.
Yeah. I know there was the one pretty iconic tournament series. I don't recall who that was, but it was like an hour. I think it would have been Turk. It was like an hour-long game or more. Okay, man.
I think it was Turk against Knush.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And they made lots of warships and stuff and towers next to the ponds. Oh, ESO is down. We'll have to wait until it's back. Then we can green up. Oh, there you go.
Are you ready?
And yeah, I guess just to touch on the respinning rule one more time. I don't know. I mean, we've already said it, but yeah, it's a random civilization. Like, if we said that you can't get German, then it's not random. It's, that you taking a civ out, which just makes it not random,
Well, basically, it would not be a respin. It would be a joker. You could call it a joker. Like, yeah, I don't want to get Germany now and just get another civ instead. But if it's a respin, then you spin the wheel again and it's random again. I think that totally makes sense. So yeah, this map is just wow, so different now.
Yeah, completely different.
Holy shit. Okay, interesting. So that's a super open map now. There's not a single cliff or anything on the map. It's like yeah, it's the most open EP map probably. It was like one of the least open maps, and now it's the most open map. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think this map is going to be actually quite nice now. Hunts are still pretty far out there, so I think like getting map control is going to be really good on this map. Like, you only really have one like second hunt after your starting hunt, and there is a 3 TP stagecoach, so I think aggressive civs will be quite good on this map.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, better than before. I think before aggressive civs were rather strong because of the low hunts and stagecoach indeed, but again you could wall up kind of easily. And now you can, so I guess that makes it better for aggressive civs, but it also makes it better for a civ like Sioux, which likes to raid a lot, because now that it's much more open and you can come from a lot of angles to raid.
Yeah, so here we go. We're seeing some EP changes already. The Cherokee Rifleman is now just tickling the Explorer, it looks like. I wonder how much does he do. I wonder how significant it was, the change. Because it did affect, yeah, it affected him, right?
Yeah, it's... yeah, it does like 3 damage now against the Explorer.
Yeah. And we did actually see Lecastete convert the Outlaw Pistolero Garden. Well, I'm kind of sad about this because it was really fun to see people microing the Outlaw Pistolero. You saw some high level micro on Age 1, which was really entertaining to watch. But they nerfed that guy quite significantly. They decreased its range by quite a bit, and it might have been just a range and line of sight, but the range nerf was obviously significant.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you do micro it properly on RE, or on previous EP, then there's no way you ever lose it, right? If you do it properly, it's just extremely lame because your opponent can never get to crackshot your Renegado.
Yeah.
So I think it was changed. We weren't really sure how to change that, but for sure the Renegado needed to be nerfed. It was too lame.
Yeah, you're probably right. I agree with that. It was just the type of thing I think that was fun to watch and fun to use, but yeah, it's basically just similar to natives in Age 1, attacking a villager or attacking an explorer. Felt kind of that same type of situation, or perhaps worse.
Yeah.
So actually, Kaiser, I'm sure you've read the patch notes. I want you to explain me the changes with the Sioux, because I've never, I fully have understood this, I suppose. So with the TPs, I think they've seen quite a massive change. I believe in the last patch, the TPs, they would stack. They could the bonus they get for gathering, they would stack on top of one another, and so you'd see a ton of TPs. but now I believe they don't stack and they like max at a point.
It's like, if I remember correctly, now a TP gives you 5% gathering instead of 3. But yeah, you can have only 1 basically. So if you build 2 TPs next to each other, it's still going to be only 5% more gathering on your villas. So it's sort of like different now. Like the max, like you used to get maybe plus 20% from your TPs when you had a lot of them, and now you're gonna have to get only 5%. But you're gonna have to spend less resources on TPs because you will make maybe like 3 in your base or something, and it should be enough to cover your whole base. So it's a nerf. But I think also the HP boost was reverted to 10% per TP. But then again, you should build less of them, so it's going to be also less. It's just going to be different. We'll have to see how it goes. I don't know. Sioux is just really weird every patch, honestly.
Yeah, I think I actually like that change because you see, I don't know, Sioux felt really annoying in the last CP, and yeah, I think the TPs probably were too good, or I don't know, Sioux just felt too good, and well, I guess in certain situations, certain civs and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm a fan of that change.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to see. And what did I want to say? Oh, that ward chief as well. That Sioux ward chief. This I really don't like. That Sioux ward chief got 30% range resist right now in H2.
Yeah, right. They changed it from Fortress Age or something. Right.
Yeah, right. And on RE it was always 10%. And now it's 30% in every age. Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that change. Yeah, that was one that kind of yeah, seemed a little bit crazy.
That bear is dark basically. But yeah, it's 30% is a lot.
Oh, no, losing a villager to the rifleman. That's not good. Did you see that?
I didn't.
He lost a villager right here building a house in the right on his racks. Boy, that's rough. But this is quite interesting. n0eL, building trading posts as you would expect with Germans, but actually building a TP, which is quite odd. But it actually gives an XP trickle now, so it's almost like he has a trading post and an XP trickle from this. So perhaps this is new meta German. I don't know.
This is like half a trading post. I don't see why you would do that. Like he just built a trading. Yeah, I don't know. Like you would do it if you want to train nats or if you want to get some tech inside of it, but I don't know what he wants to get. Like, does he really need to get the bisons? I don't think so. He's got enough food right now, so I don't know why he built that Lakota settlement. Oh, he's training them. Training Lakota against Sioux is very questionable. Against Varaidos now, I don't know. It's not gonna go well for n0eL, I'm afraid.
And Cascade backing up here with bow riders. Yeah.
And n0eL was stacking 2 shipments as well. Now he sent 1, but like you remember he had an early TP. He got that age 1 TP, right? And yet he's behind in shipments compared to Sioux because he forgot to ship it. So that's quite big. So that delays his 3 settler wagon shipment by a lot.
Yeah, strange strategy from n0eL. And yeah, if you forgot a shipment there, that's definitely painful. Usually you see like the 3 settler wagons as his first shipment for Germans. But deciding to go up the 700 wood and then the 3 settler wagons, and yeah, building that native post. A little bit strange here, but perhaps he's trying to catch Lecastete off guard here.
Yeah, doing some weird stuff. Maybe gonna work. He might deny the Wahat. Nah, okay, he's not gonna be able to deny the Wahat. So this raid is not gonna work out. And I'm just afraid that n0eL is gonna lose his entire cav mass now.
Yeah, these bow riders might just chase them all down.
Raiding Sioux is usually not the greatest idea, as they're faster than you and they have insane dragoons basically. So he's gonna lose most of his cap maybe if Casted can micro a little bit more.
Yeah, bow riders struggling to path around the buildings there. A little bit of a mistake from Lecastete, and yeah, it looks like n0eL's army is actually going to escape. Well, now they're taking kind of a weird path, but Lecastete's stopping. Yeah, that felt like Lecastete should probably clean up that entire army there.
Yeah, he could have, but
yeah, n0eL getting a little bit lucky, escaping. And we have an 8 expo shipment from n0eL, and looks like he wants to be a bit aggressive here. And wow, this is so weird, but he's about to age.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on right there. Also, he had the DOP in queue, but he cancelled it apparently, which I really dislike because I think he needed DOPs now. If he's gonna go 8 bows, he needed some DOPs as well, and that's not looking good for n0eL. I mean, Castete's gonna have to go back now because it's gonna be too many crossbows, but it was a pretty good trade for Castete, I think, and n0eL just like shipped 8 bows, right? Which is not what you want to do when you're aging. But then again, overall, if you look at the situation, it doesn't look too bad for Germany or anything. He's gonna be up before Sioux. Castete's gonna be following up now. Castete shipping 15 bisons. Interesting.
Yeah, that feels pretty painful. I guess he felt like he didn't want to go far out for the hunts. But yeah, using a shipment for 15 bison, it's definitely going to slow down, the Sioux abilities quite a bit here. We do have a raid coming in from Lecastete. Going to potentially pick off some villagers here. He's going for the Settler Wagon. He's going to get it. Yeah, Settler Wagon and a villager going down there, so good raid there.
So I believe Castete is fast aging now. Or is he not? Wait. Yeah, he's fast aging, which makes sense because he's already got the bison in his base anyway. And by the way, was it when I was casting with you like yesterday or something that someone shipped 12 bisons?
Yeah, I think it was Mace. You mentioned that. I believe it was.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but now I am. Like you can see, there's a 15 bison shipment.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it was Mace later.
Probably, yeah. 3 war wagons from Germany are out. Maybe sort of a window for Germany to push a little bit here. But Castete is going to be able to get veteran Beriders probably soon. And to ship the Wakinas, I expect. So he should be able to defend that push.
Yeah, so you said that the native post, you think it's like half a trading post, the XP trickle?
It's pretty much half a trading post, yeah. It's 0.7 XP per second. And a trading post is roughly 1.2 or 1.3 per second. So it's a bit more than half a regular trading post. It's like the Ottoman mosque, basically, except the mosque costs 100 wood, and this costs 200 wood, of course.
Yeah. So I feel like that's definitely a weird change, but I guess it's not too bad as long as it's not like a significant amount of XP. I don't know. It might not come into play that often, but I guess like on no-TP maps, perhaps they would build it.
Kind of afraid about how it's gonna go on the Pampas Sierras when you get the Incas, which are actually pretty strong, and you already see people going for Incas quite often on Pampas Sierras, right? So now that you also get experience out of it, I feel like it might be a little bit scary. Might be really strong actually. Oh, there's a random wheel here from n0eL. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. I feel like people are still gonna ignore the native post most of the time. Like what n0eL did, people are not gonna do it because there's no point into doing this. Like this is just a waste of wood compared to taking an actual trading post. So people are not gonna do that. But on no-TP maps, it might be too strong sometimes. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that was definitely probably one of the more controversial changes.
Yeah.
But here we go, n0eL looking to push in. And, 3 dog soldiers for Lecastete. Lecastete hunts are kind of running thin, but we're going to have big engagement here soon. And getting nice volley, n0eL taking some hits here with his skirmishers.
Castet doesn't know how many war wagons there are, so he's not gonna take the fight. But actually, Castet could completely crush this if you wanted to. But yeah, he doesn't know that there's only 3 war wagons, so n0eL is just gonna pull back and probably get more of them.
Yep, do have batch 5 war wagons. Yeah, he had like basically no anti-cav there, so yeah, that would have been just GG if Lecastete did push in there. But like you said, of course, he had no idea. Lecastete starting to go through these hunts. I mean, he still has a decent amount of food. Yeah, I mean, it's still quite a bit of food. There's like 500 food in each bison. And he's massing up quite a large army. But, you know, eventually if this game does drag on, he will have to get out on the map for resources. But here we go. n0eL, he's sieging down the TP, but it's showing his entire army, basically. Well, except for these Ulans, which are about to get caught, actually.
Oh, that's extremely painful.
Yeah, I think they're all should all die.
Yeah, they're gonna die so quickly to Boraiders, like to veteran Boraiders. Oh boy.
Yeah. So n0eL does get that trading post, but losing that little Ulan mass.
Yeah. It looks like you still cannot herd the bisons. I don't understand why. Like these bisons that he shipped, they are just wandering away and you can't do anything about it. You cannot herd them. They do not move when you shoot at them. So I expected that to be fixed in this EP. I'm a bit disappointed it's not. I don't understand. Because like it's obviously if you're building TPs, you want your food to stay between your TPs. Look at that now. He's shooting at them and they're just not moving. And they're wandering so far away from the TC already. It's a bit awkward.
Yeah, and I think we're actually seeing the same thing for n0eL. n0eL researched the hunting grounds, and it looks like some of his bisons are wandering off a bit.
Yeah, that would be great if they could fix it. It was better even on vanilla. They would just sit under your TC and not move at all. And it would still be better than that because now, well, you just hope that they're not going to move too much, basically. So it's a bit awkward. But yeah, so Sioux is ahead in eco by a little bit. Probably negated by the fact that Germany... Wait, what? Germany doesn't have placer mines.
Oh,
I was going to say Germany should be ahead in eco anyway because he's got steel traps. But in fact, he has neither steel traps nor placer mines here.
Yeah, it's not so great for n0eL there. The Sioux army looking quite strong. He's getting ready to push. And, 7 skirms coming in for n0eL, so he is beefing up his army a bit here. It's going to be a big engagement when this does occur. The lone villager on this gold mine, he may get spotted. Nope, she's safe for now.
Indeed.
And yeah, I mean, eco is quite even. Let's see, is Lecastete waiting for? Well, he's nowhere near getting a big button, but he hasn't used that big button yet, so that's always an option. Perhaps, I don't know.
I think now the big button is at 18 minutes if you want to get 6 dogs, because it's actually fixed. Like before, it was kind of weird, and now it's actually every 3 minutes, like it should be. So every 3 minutes you get 1 more dog, which means at minute 18 instead of 16 you should get 6 dogs, or you can get 5 dogs at minute 15 basically. So I don't know when he's gonna get it. It's kind of a bit different.
Yeah, I like that. I like that change.
Yeah, same.
A little bit of a nerf to it. It was incredibly strong.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit better now with that change.
n0eL having to move out on the map here for these gold mines, getting really far out there. Both players, it's kind of a strange game. Neither player really doing anything. I guess they both think they benefit from like the prolonged game. Maybe each player thinks that they have the superior eco, and I know they just want to draw the game out. A little bit strange to see both players just sitting waiting.
Yeah. Cav combat coming in from Casted, which makes sense. I think now he's going for the big button. So I guess he knows that he should get it at 18 minutes now because, you know, he's macroing for it for 18 minutes. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is really nice. And that is going to be a strong push here. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, like Black Riders out. Black Riders would be pretty clutch here, but I'm not sure if n0eL has a shipment on the way. I think he does, actually.
Yeah, could be Black Raiders, but I don't think he sent that.
Yeah.
Or it could be just Calf Combat and another batch of War Wagons, and that would probably be good as well. What n0eL really needs now, though, is to spend his resources. Although now he spends... Wait, what? He was floating so much wood, and now he... I suspect n0eL just sold some wood, which is not optimal, but he was floating like 600 wood, and he just sold it, I think. Okay, so now he's actually spending his resources.
And big button is in. Here we go. It's go time. Oh god, these villagers may get caught in the gold mine. And that could just be GG, probably. Oh no. Oh,
that's not too good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, but look at that.
Ooh. We got a little bit of a villager trade. Oh god, those...
n0eL needs to send his Ulans. Oh, and n0eL took the Lakota. Yeah, so I guess that's why he wanted that trading post to begin with, because he's got his own big button from the Lakota here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Sioux villagers not getting snared. Those German villagers went down immediately, but the Sioux villagers all pretty much escaping here. I mean, it could come down to one big fight. Whoever wins the big fight might win the game, but... so we'll have to see here. Low, TP's going down. Here we go. It is go time.
Oh. Yeah, n0eL needs to hit and run away from the TPs. He doesn't want to fight near them, but he's going to fight near them. So the casted units are going to be extremely strong. Everything's jamming in. The cav is kind of bugging because it's just too much cav. That's a big lag, not lag fest, but just bug fest. I don't know who wins that. Like, let's just wait and see who comes out on top. I guess Sioux does. He's just got so much hand cav left.
Yeah, war wagons are dropping and a lot of cav for some reinforcing axe riders here.
Yeah, just the classic Sioux against Germany game, I guess. Then again, yeah, n0eL could have gone Calf Combat instead of 8 Ulans, and I believe it would have been better.
Yeah, 8 Ulans not looking good there.
Yeah. Like, he basically traded 5 Ulans for Calf Combat, because when you ship Calf Combat, you get 3 Ulans anyway. And if I would have to choose between Calf Combat and 5 Ulans against Sioux, I would definitely get Calf Combat. But yeah, good game. Skill civ, he says.
Yep, yeah, definitely a bit of a mistake there shipping the Ulans. But there we go. 3-0 series goes to Lecastete.